We are this fine Wednesday evening, and it's time for a Gaz Loves Games live. Now, it has been so long since I've done any lives at all, really. So, I had some time away, come back, kind of focusing on the edits and stuff, enjoying working on those uploads. But I thought it's time to go a little bit live, so I thought I'd throw it out there, see if you guys have got any questions for a little live stream. And actually, we've got loads. I've got about 16 questions to get through, and hopefully we'll be able to take some live on the stream as well as we go. So I'm going to just jump straight in. So the first question that we've got is, why did I quit YouTube, and then why did I come back? So for those that know and have been following me for a while, I took about 3 to 4 months out. So technically I was away for a while, but some might know, some might not know, but technically I did kind of stop the channel. So I actually had quite a lot going on with sort of work, study that I was doing. And also I found it a little bit hard to get the time for YouTube at the moment because I normally put in a lot of time every week into preparing stuff and making my videos. And I think at the time as well, they probably weren't performing all that great. So I actually decided, right, do you know what? I'm having some time out. I'm stopping. And I wasn't actually sure at that time whether I was going to come back as well. So I technically did stop. But then really, I guess as I kind of got through some of the things that I had to get through. Hey guys, thanks for joining the live. I had to once I kind of got through some of those things, it was like I then really was missing YouTube. I was really missing making the videos, editing the videos, getting them on. Who loves games? Welcome to the live, guys. So yeah, we've got about 16 questions to get through. But here we are anyway, I'm back. So I've been back for a few weeks. I've been trying to work on doing better content as well. It kind of feels to me like a bit of a relaunch of the channel. Which is fine. It's kind of a little bit like starting from scratch, but I kind of think I've come back now. I'm kind of need to make a bigger game, raise the bar, and do a little bit better with it, really. So here we are with a live, just to kind of get some of your queries answered. So I thought I'd get that one out of the way first. And then what did I do on my time off? Well, technically it wasn't time off. It was kind of just stopping. So technically I was just really busy on my time off. And it's like I've never been gone. Yeah, that's awesome. Thanks for rocking up, guys. So technically, yeah, I've just been working hard. I was studying hard as well. And then I've kind of come back. So yeah, so to me, it kind of felt like I didn't really have any time off. Although I did actually get a bit more time to do some gaming. So I did get to catch up on quite a lot of gameplay. Because I think really like when you're working full time, you're trying to work on your videos, it's actually pretty hard to get free time for like video games and stuff. So it's nice to get a bit of a balance in there. What's the next game release I'm excited about? Well, really, I'm probably not too excited about any upcoming games at the moment. What has just come out was Super Mario 3D World, and I was really hyped about that. I probably need to make a video on it. I know I've made a few kind of covering leading up to the game, but I've got the game with the steelbook, I've got the little amiibos, I've got a load of the Bowser and Cat Mario plushies as well. I'm a big fan of the game. So that was kind of a big release I was excited about, even though I've played it on the Wii U already, but the Bowser's Fury element looks awesome. So I am really excited about finally getting around to try that. And then I think no other kind of upcoming releases I've kind of really got any hype for at the moment. I think especially like I had so much hype for Cyberpunk. I'm kind of over. I'm like kind of over game hype now, and I'm actually enjoying just kind of looking back at my backlog and playing some of my retro games as well. So that's really cool. So what games am I currently playing or have been playing during lockdown? So in the UK, we are still in lockdown. It's been like on and off all year. So I guess, because I've been working, I haven't really had any extra free time at all. But I have been playing a few games. I've been playing, let's think about this, on Switch. I started the Mario Rabbids game, which is a lot of fun. PS4, I'm playing The Messenger at the moment. I started that at the weekend. That's a really, really great pixel game. That's really, really, really cool. Have I seen Nintendo World Universal? I have seen a little bit of that. It does look pretty cool. It looks a little bit small. That's one of the things that I kind of took from what I've seen so far. It looks very, very small, and that they probably should have done a little bit more with it, really. And then also during lockdown, I've been playing Wonder Boy Returns on the PlayStation 4. That was really cool. Yep, Bowser's Fury. I've got the new Switch re-release, so I need to get on that. I haven't actually tried it at all. I haven't tried it at all, but I'm looking forward to it quite a lot. Next question was what's next for the Retro Games Room series? So the eagle-eyed ones of you will note that I did a new Retro Games series video a few weeks ago, and it was titled Episode 1. So that was kind of a little 2-minute overview showing you around the new layout. But it is a series. So I guess I can reveal for you guys now that I've worked on episode 2 and episode 3. So the next episode, we're looking at the state of my SD gaming. So some of my retro consoles, I'm not really happy with how they're looking. Got some work to do, guys. We've got some work to do. And then episode 3 is about me looking at some better cables to try to get the picture to look better, but we've still got a lot of work to do. So you're going to get those videos over the next few weeks, as well as there's quite a few specials that I'm working on at the moment as well. There's a good collab coming. There's some gaming challenges coming. Some of you might have seen my Games Master video. I did a Sonic 1 challenge. It was really hard. But I could try that again in future. Like that was quite cool to do. So what did I think when I was starting YouTube for the first time? That's quite a good question. Well, that's going back like 2 years now, maybe more. And I guess to be honest, I didn't really think anything. I just kind of thought, well, I've got all these retro consoles. Like it would be cool to maybe like document my journey with them a little bit. So that's kind of where it started from, and I didn't have any preconceived thoughts or expectations. And I guess I feel that when I started, it kind of, as I started to get the video content a little bit better, it started to pick up a little bit. I think the first year it picked up quite a lot. I got into doing lives. Like I didn't really ever aim to do that at all. And then I think I kind of stopped doing the lives, got busy, started working on making better edited videos, but I feel like things have slowed down a little bit since. But we're working on the channel now, guys, kind of building it up, trying to get it a little bit better. Like this is a live special, we don't really do them often anymore. So like I'm not saying that we're definitely going to be doing more, but it's, you know, it just mixes it up a little bit and keeps it interesting. You've got 2 questions. We've had one of yours answered. You can throw them in if you want, mate. So the next one actually was, do I plan to bring back regular lives? I'll say no. I'm not planning on anything regular. I mean, for me, I'm really enjoying working on my edits and the new retro games series. I want to work a lot on that. But I think, you know, especially like there was more hype for this than I thought. We had like about 16 questions come in. So if this is popular, like maybe I will do kind of different special lives and things in future. Edited videos are nicer, but it's hard to get them out there. It is, isn't it? I think viewer interaction is like a big thing on YouTube, and I think like because for me I started that. I then went into the lives. I think it helped for me like get the channel popular. I really liked the interaction. And then I think when I kind of stopped doing that and started working on the edited stuff again, it is almost like starting again. I think it changes the dynamic drastically. I think for me, if I was going to do more lives, I would need equipment that I haven't got. So, I mean, I managed to do edits on a fairly basic mid-range laptop, which doesn't actually give me enough power to do proper lives. So I think if I was going to do it, it would be a whole new thing. Am I going to be like PewDiePie? Well, from what the last 12 months have shown, I think we've been fairly static. So I think I've gained as many people as we've kind of lost in that time. So I'd say not at the moment. It's not looking good. I wouldn't put my money on that one, Kev. Next question was, where are the elves? So some of you guys might remember back when we did the lives quite a lot. We had some little elf gags, and we had an elf called Emzarella. And actually, I don't know. There are a few threats put on Emzarella. People wanted to kill the elf. And ever since then, she's literally gone into hiding. And that's been for over a year. I don't even think I saw the elf at Christmas. Ems doesn't trust me. Yeah, there you go. It's hidden. It's in hiding, and I've got no idea where it is at the moment. Next question is, do I prefer Golden Axe, Final Fight, or Streets of Rage, which is a really good one. I've always kind of been aware of Golden Axe. I never really played it a lot when I was young. Final Fight, again, awareness of, but I never really got into that series. But for me, Streets of Rage is quite a classic. And I recall distinctly, I think Streets of Rage was the first Sega Megadrive Genesis game that I ever saw. And I was absolutely blown away. I remember it very vividly. I was very young, and I went around a neighbour's house, and they kind of gave me the Megadrive to play for the evening. And I think I had a Sega Master System at the time, so I'd never seen graphics like it. It absolutely blew me away, and I was absolutely just obsessed with how cool Streets of Rage actually was. And I just remember how you can like call in the police, and they do that little power up bazooka shot thing, and so I guess that made me a bit of a Streets of Rage fan. But then I've never really played the games a lot, to be fair. My Mega Drive have always kind of been more hooked on Sonic, and a few other kind of less well-known games, which I kind of need to make some videos on in future. Have I got any new systems or new games? New systems wise, I haven't had anything recently, but I did get my Nintendo Switch a little while ago, if you saw that video. And I got a PS2 as well. So they were the last things that I got. Probably going back over the last 6 months. I don't really plan to get anything else new either, to be fair. So I suppose new games. I got the new Tony Hawk remaster, which is really cool. Closest emoji to elves. And then yeah, I got Mario 3D World. We got Cyberpunk. I had one go on that, and I thought I'm just not playing that at the moment. I might come back to it in future. I thought I'd wait and let some updates come onto that game before I give that another go. How am I dealing with lockdown? Really well, actually. So it's been a whole year over here in the UK, on and off. And to be fair, I've just been able to carry on working remotely, like I think most people have. I guess I'm quite lucky that I can do that in a sense. So it hasn't really impacted me. Maybe one thing with lockdown, it's probably given me a little bit more time, a bit more flexibility, because I haven't had to go out traveling for work. But to be fair, that time disappears very quickly, and I'm probably not really aware at the moment that I've got any more time than I had before. It's a bit strange how you adapt to stuff and you kind of forget over time. Really, really good question here. What's the most addictive game I've ever played? Now, a few come to mind. There's not very many that I got really, really into. There's a few. So I think initially the first game that I feel I had an addiction for probably was Street Fighter 2 Turbo on the Super Nintendo. And I played that game every day, basically. Every day when I got back from school, all weekend, I'd give myself a headache because I'd be playing it like all day long. And I still never beat it on the hardest difficulty setting, got nowhere near. But that was always really, really awesome. And then I think I got hooked on Guitar Hero World Tour. And for a similar reason, when that game came out, I played it for a year, like literally a year. I got it like on my birthday, and I remember I played it all the way through to the following year. Every single day I was playing guitar until I could play it on the master difficulty setting. I had everything. I had the drum kit as well, so that was always good fun. I never mastered the drums. I was more about the guitar, but yeah, that was quite addictive, that game. And then I suppose as well also Monster Hunter games, Gaz Guitar. Yeah, that's probably where my love from the guitar came from, actually, to be fair. Monster Hunter games, I got hooked on Monster Hunter 3 Ultimate on the Wii. Yeah, no, I played 3 on the Wii. I got hooked, and then played 3 Ultimate on the Wii U. And I must have put in, it was about 600 hours I played across 2 different characters. and then I got Monster Hunter World on the PS4, and I played about another 500 hours on that game. Hey guys, welcome to the live stream. Thanks a lot for turning up. Good to see some friendly faces and blasts from the past. So I think like I never got into Monster Hunter games at an early point, but since like 3 came out, I've played easy 1200 hours on Monster Hunter games. And actually, it wouldn't be fair to not call out Grand Theft Auto Online, because I think I had a look at my playtime for GTA Online, and again, I reckon I think it was about 1200 hours. Could someone do a calc for me? How the like 1200 hours? How many days is that? How many weeks is that? Because I think I looked at it and it was like it was more than a month of playing solid gameplay. Absolutely ridiculous. I think when you play a game like that every evening and you play it for a whole weekend, you do that for a few months and you've put in, it's a lot, isn't it? It's a lot of weeks. Well, yeah, welcome to the stream, guys. It's really good to see some friendly faces. About 50 days. See, how many weeks is that? It's a lot of weeks, isn't it? It's pretty intense. But to me, I'd call that kind of like, to some people that's like nothing, because I know on some of those games, like, you know, I stopped playing them a while back, whereas other people would have carried on playing. So whereas I might have put in like 1200 hours on something, you know, there's other people that will be up to like 5000 hours or something crazy. I mean, they're addictive. So I suppose like for me, like addiction with a game would be if you literally couldn't put it down. But I guess that was the case. Although obviously I'd still do normal daily life. It's kind of like when it's like a burning game that you have to play every evening or at least a few times a week, and you're hooked on it for like a year. That's my kind of level of addiction, where you're really, really hooked. Yeah, do throw some more questions in, guys. I've got a few more on the pre-prepped list, but do throw them in live as well, and I'll try to pick them out. If I miss them, then Ems might flag them, and we'll try to get them in as well. I thought this is kind of one of those live streams where it's just going to be as long as the questions are, really. I know in the past we used to do, like I know there was some questions on live streams. In the past we used to do kind of things where they would go on for 2 to 3 hours because we were kind of doing a chill and chat or a music live. What happens when the G falls off the graveyard sign? It becomes a raveyard. Maybe not during the pandemic and during lockdown though, we don't condone that. But the next question I got was, how long have I been on YouTube? So it's been a couple of years now, but like I think the first 12 months I really worked every day at it. And then I kind of really took it easy for the next year. So I guess like it feels like I've been on for longer than I've been active, but I guess time flies as well, doesn't it? Welcome to the stream, welcome to the stream. And then I was also asked as well, how long did it take to get to 1K? Which is a really good question. Oh, I've just broken my pen. I'm one of these people that I'll hold a pen. I've had this pen, I'm gutted actually, I've had this pen for ages. I was playing with the, you know, the little clip bit that, yeah, it's no more. I've broken it, so I better stop playing with that now. Actually, like back when I joined, I felt YouTube was a lot easier. So essentially, like back then, there were a lot more. Is that your pen? I don't know. Apologies if it was, but yeah, I've broken the pen. So it's my broken pen now. I'll have to get a new one, won't I? Oh, you're from RP Elite's video comments. Oh, cool. We're a big fan of RP here. Big fan indeed. Welcome. So yeah, like I think back like 2019, I think it was. It was so much easier on YouTube, and I think a lot of people, including myself, got to 1K really quickly back then. Yes, I am good and I am well. Thank you. I hope you're well too. And since a lot of the YouTube changes, like whereby people, even if they see you in a live stream now, like they can't go and visit your channel. Like for me, I think that was a bit of a killer, and it made it very, very hard for people to go to check out new channels during lives. And that kind of sucked a little bit, really, like, because I never really kind of realized when I started that was probably why I grew so quickly, because I guess I hung out a lot of the time in a lot of people's live streams. So yeah, back then, I would say a few years back, it was very easy to get to like 1K, and it took like less than a year. But I think if I started a new channel now, it probably wouldn't grow. There's probably new ways, new things you need to know about to try to make that happen. But that's a really good question, and especially for anyone looking to start out. You know, it was definitely easier back when I started, and a lot of people, the old schoolers as well. Like, I mean, I'm relatively new to this. Like the old schoolers from like 5 or 8 years ago will tell you how much easier it was back then when there was a lot of less channels. There was kind of a big demand, but not so many players on the board, should we say. Next question was, what's my motivation for YouTube? That's like a really big question. And I guess it's not one thing. I think it's like it's not static, it changes and evolves over time. Like I said, back when I started, it was kind of just to kind of document some of my retro games. I didn't think I'd actually really get into it like I did. So then I guess my motivation kind of became about, well, can I grow the channel a little bit? Can I do something with it? And then I fell into the lives, like I fell into doing live streams. And at that point, the motivation was all just about the online community. And again, now I think it's probably changed because I moved more towards my edited videos, which is something that I really enjoy doing. I love editing stuff. And I never thought at the start that that would be the case either. So I think for me, my motivation now, it's less about trying to do something with the channel or grow the channel, and it's more about me just enjoying it. So I really enjoy working with the videos. I really enjoy getting back to my retro collection, and I think they both inspire each other. Like my retro games and my gaming backlogs or whatever, it kind of inspire me to want to do YouTube, to kind of document it and tell the story. And then at the same time, I think a YouTube channel kind of motivates me to get back to my retro gaming, because for me, it's very easy to get, like, I got sucked into playing the PS3, the PS4. Before that, I only had I had a Wii U and all my retro consoles before it. I think the PlayStation 3 was kind of what really pulled me away from getting through my retro games backlog. And I've kind of grown that backlog as well over time, which doesn't help getting rid of it doesn't help getting rid of a backlog, it just ever grows. So yeah, I think motivation's a great question. Really good one. Do throw in more questions, guys, if you got them, because I'll be able to take those live as we go. But yeah, no, I like that. I was asked a number of different questions from like kind of basics about like from the start or what I'm up to now, but there's some that are like really hard to answer and I have to think about them a little bit. So that was a good one. Next one took me some thought actually. It seems simple on the surface, but what's my favorite Nintendo game of all time? Now you'd think that would be a really easy question, but it's really not. Because I guess for me, I've got a lot of favorites from the classic NES, SNES, Nintendo 64, Gamecube, WiiU, and now I'm playing the Switch as well. Ocarina of Time was a fantastic game. So it's very hard with a question like that to gauge like a favorite of all time, because I guess you like things for different reasons, whether it's a game that you played more, a game that kind of just blew you away and you might have only played it through once. Yes, tonight there is that Nintendo Direct, isn't there? I was really hyped earlier actually, because I saw a channel was doing kind of a countdown, and I thought, oh, quick, let's click on that and check it out while I'm working. And yeah, it was at like 7 or 8 hours before it was happening, which is just mental. They just kind of launched a live chat room. So yeah, I'm probably, after this stream, I'll have a chance to have a chill, have a drink, and check that out. So that's actually a really good point to raise. So yeah, I'm really hyped, and actually for a number of reasons, and that's because I think that for a long time it feels like Nintendo are holding back. I just feel like with the Switch, like I know I'm kind of new to the Switch because I haven't focused on it. I only recently got one a few months ago. and they spent a lot of time bringing their WiiU ports over, and rightly so, because there are a lot of games that haven't been exposed to enough of a fan base yet. A new question: if you were a first-time gamer, what console and 2 games would you buy? Oh, put that one in the bag, Ems. Put that one in the bag. That's a really really good one. And I think Nintendo basically are waiting on delivering some really really big gaming blows, like really big news, I think. And while we're on the topic of Zelda, I think we're going to get some Zelda hype. Yes, Zelda Anniversary, exactly it. So I'm thinking, I was just going to say, I'm thinking we're going to get Skyward Sword remastered. And if we're really lucky, we might get like a trilogy of some kind. That would be really, really cool. I think they're going to do what they did with Mario All-Stars. I've been thinking that for a while, and I think they might announce that today. Don't hold me to it. Welcome to the stream. There's some really awesome people. Some people I've known for a very long time as well that have joined. So thanks a lot for checking out the live stream. Yes, note that question. I want to get back to that question before I forget what I was talking about and the one prior to that as well. So my favourite Nintendo game of all time is quite a hard one to answer. Instinctively, it kind of goes back to my retro games where I think I used to play a lot more than I do now. So initially I was kind of thinking, well, Street Fighter 2 Turbo I played a lot. So that was a favourite on the console. However, it isn't, being Capcom and not a first party. I'm thinking I have to answer with a first party Nintendo title. And I think it would be Super Mario World for me. Because the game was so in depth, like the secrets on that map, trying to find your way around. Like it just felt, it was back before you had the internet and you could look stuff up. So games back then were so secretive. And for me, like 100% completing Super Mario World was massive because you had to find all the secret exits, and it was just special. So that's probably my favourite game. Thanks, Mark, dude. Appreciate that. I do try. I'm ever trying. So we're kind of back with a relaunch of the channel since I've kind of come back from my time off, and I'm trying to make the content as good as possible. One of the things I try to do is every week think, how can I improve for the next video? You can never sit still, so that's what I'm trying to do anyway. You guys let me know if I'm succeeding or failing with that, okay? It's your judgment that counts. The next question is really hard. So this question, and I welcome some hard ones as well because I like a challenge. This question was, if I could only play one game for the rest of my life, what would it be? Just all think about that question for a moment. That is really difficult. If you just think you could only pick up that one game and you can't play anything else. I love it, Dragon. I love it. Add that to the list, Ems. That's going to take some thought. This is why we want some deep ones that are going to get us crunching over the next half an hour. We've nearly been on for half an hour already. I did think my pre-prepared ones could have taken me an hour, but so one game you could play for life. So just think about that. So you could never pick up another game again. So it's got to be something that you love, something that you play a lot. That's really, really difficult. Obviously, there's so much you could choose from. So I guess I have to think about a game that got me pretty hooked, a game that is really, really fun and you can keep replaying and doing in different ways. And then I guess at the same time, it's got to be a game that's big enough, that's got more and more content that you haven't done yet. But you still probably, I'd still get bored after 12 months if I could only play one game. I'm really, really struggling to actually nail it, but I'm gonna go with Monster Hunter World for the PlayStation 4. Only because the game's massive. There's a lot of collecting, there's a lot of hunting, and there's a lot of getting better at that game. So if I had to pick one, I think I would go with that. That is Peter's getting out on a technicality there. You could indeed go with an Everdrive cart, couldn't you? So you could have 200 games at your fingertips. Very, very, very true. I like it. Okay, let's draw on. That's cheating. Let's draw on some of the newer questions. Can you remind us, Ems, what the first question is, new one that you've got captured? It's going to take a while to type it, but she's got it. See, I thought actually what I should have done is just had my pen to hand as I was answering, but it's very, very hard to do these live streams without a wingman or wingwoman. So thanks for capturing some of these for me, Ems. And let me go back to Dragon's one while we're waiting. So Dragon asked, would you rather eat a human toe or a human finger? Wow. Wow. It's got to be the finger, hasn't it? Because it's finger licking good. Yeah, no, that's my answer. So James asked, if you were a first-time gamer, what console and 2 games would you buy? Ooh. Got a first-time gamer. See, for me, I would want to recommend like an earlier console to kind of see it from where it started, but then at the same time, that's not really accessible to everyone, is it? And I suppose everyone likes very different things. So what I would probably say, and actually it's something that I don't play on as much because I've got a lot of everything else, but I would actually probably recommend a Nintendo Switch to a first-time gamer. Now I say that because Nintendo games are great. Online you've got a lot of the retro stuff that you could access as well. But I started on my Switch with Mario Odyssey, which is awesome. And I think anyone who's got a slight interest would kind of be able to play and enjoy that game. What would be another game? It is amazing, it is, isn't it? And what else could you pick up if I thought about the Switch? Like I could say Mario 3D World, but that's a little bit too Mario, isn't it? But I've got quite a backlog I've built up and lots that I haven't tried yet. But maybe then you could access a retro game through the Switch to mix it up. So maybe you should then play something like Zelda: A Link to the Past. Now I'm going to assume that's on the online store because I haven't actually looked. Like I've got my Switch, but I haven't gone online with it. Purely because like I haven't had the need to really. But like yeah, like for me, Link to the Past, Legend of Zelda is just one of my favourite games as well. And I think back then again, it had the mystery of trying to unlock it. It was all quite secretive, and that would like give anyone a challenge, wouldn't it? Speaking of finger licking good, what's up with the KFC console? Do you know what? Eat your chicken as you play. I've heard about it, and actually, that's one. Like, I'm very, very good at like finding like upcoming news, new stuff, and clicking on it and looking into it. But I've heard of that, but I've actually got no awareness. I haven't looked into it. I know, yeah. Does anyone else have awareness of the KFC console? I don't think it's real, but I don't know. I also heard about a Soldier Boy console. I don't know if that's connected in any way, but again, that's something else that I haven't looked into. No, what did Ems write just now? Kev said it would be a good idea to have a Life of Gaz Loves Games vid behind the scenes. Yeah, that's quite a good idea. Yeah, good thinking, good thinking. Yeah, like behind the scenes stuff's kind of cool, isn't it? I guess like I don't know, like maybe that kind of some content like that would kind of maybe feel like it would come on maybe like a second channel of like additional content. Um, I think myself and probably like most people, it's probably hard enough to get the main content viewed a lot of the time. So like that would be awesome. Like if people really wanted to watch that, I would love to do it. But I don't think people would probably watch it. A few of you guys that really like the stuff would. Do I prefer McDonald's or Burger King? I've been a McDonald's fan for a long time. I'll say I don't eat bad food anymore. It's gutting. I haven't had either for over a year now, and it's got to stay that way. But I had a bit of a McDonald's thing, and I would normally do at least one weekly order because we got it quite early on the Uber Eats app over here in South London, and yeah, I can just key it in on my phone, and I'd get like my 3 double cheeseburgers delivered with my chips and apple pie. And yeah, it's a really bad habit. And I used to find I would like crave it every 5 days. So yeah, it's a habit that I stopped. Um, you wanted everyone's opinion of your split personalities. You're going to keep me posted. Okay, fair, fair. Has there been any progress on the fitness? That is a really, really good question. So some of you will remember that I don't even know when it was. It was like, was it even last summer or the summer before? Yeah, essentially the answer is no. The quick version is no. Um, yeah, I started doing a lot of like gamer couch to fitness, and I did a couple. Well, I did more than a couple. I probably did about 6 or 7 runs, documented it. We had a couple of videos which I thought were quite fun and some people liked. And then essentially, like as soon as the lockdown and that came here, I just kind of stopped. So like in the last year, I've been like less active than I've ever been in my whole life. I'm gonna try to turn it around because there's no excuse really. Yeah, and it's meant to be getting like warmer here, so we've had sort of like minus temperatures over the last good few weeks. We had some snow and stuff, and even going out for a walk's kind of it's a little bit too much. I'm just playing my Zelda music top 25 tracks, and it's just on the Song of Storms remix, which I love so much. So I'm just going to turn that up a little bit. That was one of my funnest videos that I ever made. Actually, it was a bit of a countdown of Zelda music, and I put in some animated videos and graphics and stuff, like good times. That was probably one of my like kind of very very different videos that I made because I'd never done anything like that before. Um, but like I don't really feel that I think because people get used to watching certain content on certain channels, I just don't think it's what people would kind of come to my channel for. Really enjoyed making it, but it was probably a one-off. Um, Saw guys doing jogging at a street near you, and then I was gone. Was I? Yeah, I was probably never even there. I was that gone. Yeah, no, I've been really bad. I really want to get back on the fitness because it's important. And I just think like the last year with lockdowns made everything a lot harder for people. We're all getting out less, so I need to make an effort and not kind of spend too much time. Like it's very easy for me to kind of do my day job, log off, then I can be straight into video editing, or I can be into gaming or TV, and it's kind of going from one screen to another screen. And it's really a bad habit. It's a bad habit. So I'm glad you brought that up. I think I need to get back into it. Will I make any more videos on it? Maybe not. I don't know. Maybe I'll do a future poll, like where I'll come up with, and I won't need to for a while because like I have got, yeah, like I said earlier, quite a lot of content in the pipeline. But I think it might be cool if I've got a few random ideas, I'll throw it on a poll, and the winning video will then get made before anything else. Are you going to bother with the PS5 or stick to PS4? Absolutely sticking with what I've got, and I think that's for a number of reasons. I think yeah, first of all, they're hard to get a hold of. Second of all, I just haven't got the hype for anything new. And for me, with consoles, I never buy in early. PS3, I only got when the Slim came out. PS4, I only got when the Pro came out. So for me, like I've got a massive PS4 backlog. I can play it on my Pro. With the performance, I think is pretty decent. So it's going to be a while before I would need any newer tech. And yeah, I just haven't got the hype for it. Like there'll be certain PS5 games that come out that will change that. But I kind of said to myself, I just need to stop and like catch up on some of my older games a little bit. And it's a real tough one because my backlog is never going anywhere, but new games are coming out all the time. Suddenly, new game generations happen, and I kind of just feel it really, really just pulls me away from what I'm trying to play on. And it's hard because like I do love modern current gaming as well. It's just I guess I can't keep up. I cannot keep up, so to have to keep buying new consoles, it's not ideal. Hey Apache, welcome to the stream. There've been some technical difficulties reported. Yeah, that as well. Like I've never been one to buy in early. I think probably the only console I bought in early with was probably the Nintendo Wii, and even then, like I was behind a lot of other people. But I didn't need to wait for the Wii Mini because I was happy with that as it was. That was all good. So yeah, throw any more questions. I've actually caught up with all the all the pre-posed questions I now answered. And that took me 40 minutes, so that's not too bad. I thought it might have taken me a lot longer. So yeah, if you've got any other questions, do throw them in. You bought the Switch on day one, did you? I mean, like, to be honest, if you're going to gamble, like, Nintendo seem to get it right quite a lot, don't they? Although, like, with the 3DS, I found they kept making newer versions. Like, I know someone that had, like, 5 3DSs, I'm not even joking. Like, the original release, the XL screen, then, like, a limited edition XL screen, then the new 3DS came out. It's just like Nintendo can get a little bit out of control, and they're good at getting us to buy, aren't they, as well? Um, yeah, I know. Do you know what? That's it exactly, Kev. Like, I will need a bigger room. Space is a massive issue. Like, as I do more of my retro game stream series over the next couple of months, as I release some more episodes of those. Episode 2 is coming next week, and then you'll probably get one weekly. You'll see more about my retro games room. I'm going to show different things over time. And space is an issue. I only have a very, very small room. And then I guess like downstairs here, I've still got my Wii U and my PS4 plugged in. And there's just like all the cupboard spaces are filled with games. Like you just need a holiday. It's so true. Like well, that's a good question there. Would you rather have a PS5 or a holiday? That is a good question. There's a lot of people that would just jump at the chance to get a PS5 because they probably wanted one for a while, which is fair. But yeah, I'd think I would take the holiday, like because like most of us, we've pretty much mostly been indoors for the last 12 months. To have like a nice week away in the sun would be pretty priceless at this point. As long as it was all expenses paid, then you know that you're going to get a lot of value out of that as well, aren't you? So I would take that hands down. It was really weird. Like I found the last year has gone so quickly. You know, I'd love to go to Vegas, man. I could do like a Gaz Loves Gaming Vegas series. I'd have to film. I don't. In fact, I doubt you're allowed to film in those casinos. But if you could, how cool would that be? I'd have to intensively film all my losses, and then come home and edit a very depraved Gaz with zero bank balance. Because like on one of these, that when I start playing, I like to keep playing until I win, and in casinos that works against me because essentially I will just burn out. Yeah, so I started doing a few gambling videos on here a while ago. It's just never a good idea. I normally would find I would, yeah, I love losing all my money. I normally found I would have like a bit of a winning streak, and it would make me think that that's true. Like that, they got me hooked. They got me a little bit hooked, and I thought I'm going to keep winning. And then I think I did about 3 videos, and it kind of showed that I just kept playing, and then eventually, like, I mean, I was on a roll. I think I probably put £10 on an account, and I got my gambling balance up to about £140, and I actually burnt it all out. And probably only within a week, it was mental. I was playing some games where they're like £5 a go. But yeah, I was kind of convinced that I could keep going and turn that £10 into like £500. But if I'd have stopped at £100, I'd have been fine. MVL's classic question. Do you know what? It's really funny. I actually joined one of MVL's lives. I mean, I don't get online as much as I used to. I don't really get to join other people's live streams, but I've dropped into a few in the last week, and I dropped into one of MVL's. And do you know what? He never forgets that quote that came out on one of my live streams where he asks, does Gaz love games or does he actually really just like them? It's so classic. And I dropped into his stream yesterday, and of course he remembered that. Yeah, it's always fun. Good times, good times. So who has got another question for me? Throw in anything you want. This has been fun. This has been cool. Like this has been the first live stream that I've maybe done in a year. Like I know I have moved away from it, and it's because essentially like I said, like right at the start of this Q&A, like my time became really, really short. Working hard, studying hard for extra things. And like I guess I'm hooked on doing my edited videos as well. So like the time has felt so restricted. and I guess it's hard to kind of fit it all in. So I've probably like, I have in all honesty, like I'm going to do less editing this week now because I guess I've spent time preparing for and doing this live stream. So that's kind of my content for this week. But if I think back to the early days where I would do this like 3 times a week and then I'd still manage to get other edited stuff done as well. I'd rather kind of only produce now like one thing a week that I've worked a whole week on. I made like one thing really, really good rather than kind of knocking out 3 videos which are just really, really mediocre and people probably don't really care about that much either. So yeah, that's kind of where it's at. Is there any chance of a collaborative video? Well, I'm always open for ideas. Always open for ideas. So I would say throw me some ideas in a direct message. I've got a few interesting collabs in the mix. Like I've got the next few weeks, I've got sort of quite a bit of editing to do. I've got a really cool, this is new news actually, like this is new news. So I won't reveal too much at the moment, but I've got a collab video which I hopefully am going to work on over the weekend and probably into next week. But it's a collab with another band that have actually made a video game for their new song. It's absolutely incredible. I'm getting there. We've made a start on it. So I'm working on that. That's going to be really, really fun. And then I've got another collab gaming challenge that I'm working on with another channel as well. So yeah, do always throw me ideas, and I'll always see what I can fit in the future. Yeah, throw a hat. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so I've probably got stuff for like the next 4 weeks or something that I'm working on. But I've got some really cool, exciting stuff in the mix, honestly. Some real like big hitter videos and some fun videos come in as well. So I hope you guys have kind of liked the newer material. Like, have you noticed that? Do you think the quality and content is better since I've come back? Because that's kind of what I want to work at. And you might get weeks from me in future now where you don't get a video, and it's because I'm working on something really big. I'm not really too fussed about frequency. It's more kind of just delivering better stuff. How many hats? Do you know what? I couldn't put them all on, even if I wanted to. You might remember there was one little skit in, I think it was in like my 2019 top gaming moments or something. It was a really random video that I made and probably hardly any people actually saw it. And there was a skit that we did where Ems helped me make a hat tower, and I put on about 20 of my hats. And it was literally the weight on the neck. Ems had to hold it at the top. Hey VR, good to see you. Long time indeed. So I think like back then, like 20 hats. It was for me. It was a Gaz record. And I think I must own about 30 hats now. You probably only see my favorite ones, but there's no way I could wear all of those at once. Like that is a challenge. Like that could be a future challenge video. I don't know. Maybe I should do a poll. Like, do people want to see? Would you rather see how many hats I can get on? Was it like 21? Or would you rather see a gaming challenge? Maybe. Like, here's an idea. Now, here's an idea. I've just had a good idea, guys. What I could do is, because I'm getting more into doing like little fun mini gaming challenge videos, we could come up with a forfeit. So this will make it interesting. This will make it really, really fun. So I could it's going to make me then not want to take on a really hard challenge, but it's going to be fun anyway. So I could have a challenge, and maybe I'll come up with like a prize if I manage to do it, or a forfeit if I don't. And one of the forfeits could be that I have to try to wear every single one of my hats. Like, that would be fun. I should Ems, write that down. I'll add it to my list. What do you think? Would that be a good idea? I think that would be a laugh. I'm really amazed actually at how many people have come through tonight. It's really cool. It's good to see. It's good to see. It's one of the things with YouTube and the gaming community. There's always like people are always around. Like, I know people come and people go, but it's really, really cool. Like, it could be a year. Sometimes I haven't seen some people, and then I might drop into their stream to say hello. Or like today, I streamed for the first time in about 12 months. And people that I haven't spoke to in over a year are still around. We're all still around. And I guess it's getting time to try to stay in contact, isn't it, really? Maybe I should make more effort to do some of these lives, even if it was just one a month, like just for a catch up on what the channel's up to. I might do that. I've enjoyed tonight. What do you think? You can write to me and let me know. Send it to GazLovesGames at Gazland, and I'll pick that up. You can't complain. Good stuff. Good stuff. It's good to hear that a lot of people are good. Like, I know a lot of people have had challenges and have had things going on. We've both been fine here. We've just been keeping busy, really. I was keeping really busy because I was doing some studying, and it's kind of just made the time fly. I did pass as well. I was doing a really hard course on, I can't think what the actual title was. I've got it over here. It was for an improvement practitioner. So I had to study like data collection, analysis, make a project and an output. Look who it is. It's Mr. Rafiq himself. Oi, oi, good to see you, dude. And yeah, it was like an 18-month course, 16-month course, I think it was, I was working on. And I had to produce a project on being an improvement practitioner. So I had to make a business improvement, which was really, really cool. And I had to present that, and I had to have an interview on it, and I had to take an exam for being a practitioner. And it was really hard, but I passed. So like all that work, it kind of took me away from YouTube a little bit. And when I had my time away, I was like, yeah, finishing it off basically. I had to kind of work every single day all through November to study and get my work finished, and kind of quite a bit of December into January as well when I finished it off. But essentially that is one of the main things that kind of allowed me to come back, because I suddenly felt that I had a lot more time available. But it's good to be back. I've really enjoyed the videos that I've been working on. I think we had, I don't know, we've had some watches, like some people that, you know, I think did kind of miss it when I was away have come back and are viewing my stuff again, which is cool. We're just going to see how it goes. I'm going to try to keep making it as good as possible. It's been really good seeing some blasts from the past tonight as well. So yeah, I hope everyone is good and well. I'll take like the last couple of questions if anyone's got any. And I'm going to call that quite a successful live stream for today. I've enjoyed myself. Got through the questions a lot quicker than I thought I was going to, which is always cool. And I haven't needed any Jack Daniels to get me through it. I had a few of those yesterday, so I need to be good. New healthier living and all of that. Been good, lots of good questions. There was some of them I had to really think about as well. It's not always easy, but it's fun. I like a challenge. ASMR, like I love the stuff. It's fun. I just, yeah, I've got to be really focused, I think, on the content I'm making. I'm finding it, I think it's even hard when you're focused on YouTube to kind of maintain, engage, and bring new interest to the channel as well. The danger is I think in the past I like to do a lot of different stuff because that's very, very me. But I think you very quickly lose people that like the original content, and then when you switch back, you lose the new people that you picked up as well. So like I had actually thought over the last few months about the idea of a new channel. I didn't have any time. Like it would be kind of something to run alongside this, where I might do some other kind of content. I haven't got time for it at the moment because I'm really trying to like work on what I'm doing now. But don't rule it out. Like I might do another random channel where I might do something else very, very different, and then keep the two very separate and focused on where they're going. But I know. So this is the thing. Like I've currently always kind of had quite a mixed audience. Some people really love one thing, others really like another, and I think it works against you because you can't please everyone. It's very, very difficult. I think what I've seen, some of the best YouTube channels that succeed are the ones that are very, very focused. And it's just not me because I like doing so much different stuff. I cannot help it. But you know, I've kind of come back now and I'm going to try to do that. It's good to kind of reconnect with people who I hadn't seen for a long time. It's been awesome. It's been great seeing everyone tonight. I know I haven't been able to kind of like address everyone in chat as we normally would have because I wanted to get through the questions. But I think I might kind of do like a live once a month for a catch up. And I kind of, if I can maybe fix it on one day, people will then know when it's coming. It gives kind of people a bit of warning on it as well. But we'll see. Like leading up to this, I kind of thought this is just a one-off and that'll be it. But I'm undecided now. undecided. I know I'm a little bit aware that I'm just kind of shooting this through my phone, and the quality's not very good. I mean, does this look alright? Like, it's alright, but literally it's just alive through my mobile because I haven't got the high-end PC to really do it nice. It's no Nerd of the North stream, is it? Let's be honest. Still looks alright. That's the thing. It's alright. It will do. Job done. It's been good to catch up. But like with my edited stuff, I can do it on a proper camera with the best lighting, and it's so dark here at the moment as well. Like when we get to summer, I'll have a lot better lighting, and it will still be light in the evenings, and like maybe I'll into spring do a few more. Well, this has been great, guys. I've really enjoyed it. It's great to see you. Thanks to everybody who has tuned in. I think we met a few new faces in the chat as well tonight, which is good. Good stream. Ching ching. I'll drink to that, but with an H2O. Yeah, it's been cool. Well, thanks so much. I'd like to just stay on like in the old days, but yeah, we're keeping this within the hour. Yeah, I've missed a lot of you guys. Really, we've had many good streams, haven't we, in the past? One question no one asked me actually is like what my favourite live stream's ever been, and there's a lot. There's a lot because we used to do lives several times a week. A few come to mind, like the New Year's one was fantastic. The first time I played Undertale through to the end, I'll never forget that. I had a few of you guys, and we were playing it at ridiculous hours. The game kept going, and it just blew us away. So yeah, there's been some fun lives, and I think some of that fun will never die. It will never die. But maybe I do need to make an effort to try to do it more often and not just my edits. Because I think they could update it on mobile. They could take that away, and then I wouldn't be able to go live like this. And at some point, the PS4 won't go live either, so that would be hard to put live stuff out. You missed the beginning. Well, no problems. What I was going to do is I purposefully kept the beginning of this as succinct and to the point as possible. So I'll let it stay on the channel. So people that have missed it, you can go back. For those that gave questions, I should have answered them all. So you'll be able to listen to that back. Whereas I think other lives I do, if they're kind of more chill and chat, non-focused, I'll probably just be live and then hide those afterwards. But I'm going to leave this one public because hopefully it'll be interesting. And there's a lot of people that did ask questions that I don't think were able to make it tonight. But it's fine. Some people couldn't make sometimes. Maybe they'll then be able to make next time. I'm still wearing the original Gaz Loves Games tee. I know Pieta and Ems have got one of these. I might make a new design at some point. I don't know. We'll see. Something to work on. Anyway, yeah, thanks a lot, guys. I'm going to duck off now, but it's been a pleasure. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for checking out some of my new latest videos as well. I would like more opinions on what you guys think of my new stuff. And please do check out and keep watching the new stuff, because if the ratings and the views are good and people are watching them all the way through, if my stats are good, I'm gonna want to keep on doing it. So we're gonna see how it goes, but hopefully the future's bright. The channel can grow and it will keep me engaged. Yeah, great seeing everyone. Thanks a lot, guys. Gazland forever. A perfect way to end it. Happy with joy. Yeah, it's good, isn't it? It's awesome. You guys are awesome. Many thanks. Much love. Take care. Look after yourselves. And I'll say it once to finish on. This is for you guys. Yes, mate.